Good morning from Las Vegas, USA. Fabulous Las Vegas, the venue for the 361 World Men's Curling Championship 2018. Lovely overview of the famous Las Vegas Strip, not too far away from one of the wonders of the world, the Grand Canyon. But we're here at the Orleans Arena for the World Men's Curling Championship, bringing you inside. 4 sheets of action here in session number 3. Our feature match today is Japan taking on Korea. As the athletes enter the venue, day 2 here at the 361 World Men's Curling Championships. Let's meet the teams. For Team Japan at lead, Koji Nesato. At second, Ryotaro Shikuya. Playing skip, throwing third stones is Masaki Iwai. And throwing fourth stones, Go Aoki. They're facing Korea at lead, Lee Ki-bok. Kim Min-chan is at second. At the third position is Seong Se-hyun. And Korea is skipped by Kim Chang-min. Let's take a look at the standings. Sweden, top of the table, 2-0. China, Korea, Norway, and Scotland all in 1-0, as are the United States. Canada, suffering a defeat last night, fall to 1-1. Germany, Italy, Japan, the Netherlands, Russia, and Switzerland all looking for their first win here at the 361 World Men's Curling Championships. We've got 4 matches. We'll keep an eye on all of them for you. Russia takes on China on sheet A. On sheet B, Norway faces Germany. Sheet C, Japan versus Korea, our feature game. And on sheet D, the United States taking on the Netherlands. Teams exchanging handshakes before the game. Hans Frauenlob here with you, and I'm joined by Kenny Edwards. Good morning to you, Kenny.
Good morning, Hans. I expect to see a fantastic matchup here. Japan coming into this championships never played at an international level, this team, before, so it's very interesting to see how they perform against their Asian counterparts, Korea, who have somewhat sprung onto the scene in the last couple of seasons.
Teams preparing for the match. Team Korea will have last rock advantage. It's also a debut for Team Korea in a sense, even though they were the Olympic representatives at the recent Pyeongchang Winter Games. This is their first World Men's Curling Championship. And we see Team Korea getting ready to take the ice. Current Pacific Asia champions. Won that title in Arena, Australia in November. We have 3 teams here in Las Vegas from the Pacific Asia region of World Curling. Korea, Japan, and China. The World's field this year expanding to 13 member associations, up from 12. And a new playoff format as well, which we'll tell you about, I'm sure, over the course of the match. But to get us underway on this Easter Sunday, Japan playing the Red Stones and Korea will be playing the Yellow Stones. It'll be Japan leading us off. Masaki Iwai holding the target brush for the Japanese lead player Koji Nesato. As Kenny said, this is the first big international tournament for this Japanese team. Played a very entertaining game last night against the host, Team USA. Took them to an extra end before the USA prevailed. Cautious play first up. Kenny into the rings.
Yeah, it's something what I really expect to see from Japan. Yeah, I think they want to keep it nice and tight early on. Don't want to get too involved and give up a silly 2 or 3 in the first couple of ends.
Lee Ki-bok, Korean lead, removes the Japanese shot. And Koji Nasato. His first action of the tournament. He was the alternate in yesterday's game, but into the starting lineup this morning.
Okay.
Nice shot.
Yep. Down.
Lee Ki-bok.
Hard. Hard. Good. Good. Good sweep, 세영아. 웨이트 좋아. Good sweep.
EY holding the target line. Hoyotaro Sakuya, Japanese second player. This Japanese team from Sapporo, the northern island of Hokkaido. Really know a thing or two about winter, Kenny. Get a bit of snow up that way.
Yeah, they certainly do, and they know quite a lot about curling as well. I've hosted the World Championships in the past, the Women's World Championships, that being 2 or 3 years ago. Really was a fantastic event.
Kim Min Chan, second player for Korea.
Yep.
Sapporo, of course, also hosting the Winter Olympic Games, 1972. Here are the rules of play. 10 ends games scheduled, but 6 ends minimum. Each team has 38 minutes of thinking time, and each team has 1 60-second timeout. In last evening's game involving Japan and the USA, the time clock was absolutely a factor, Kenny. Both teams very tight on their time clock, and the sanction for running out of time is?
You forfeit the game. So
you want to keep an eye on that.
Yeah. We have seen a few teams very tight on the clock in the opening 2 draws.
Generally the task of one player on the team to keep an eye on that.
Yes, generally the lead or the second player will keep an eye on the time clock, just to remind the top end that they do have a time clock on them.
Get on with it, boys.
Yeah.
Japanese fourth stone, Go Aoki, goes down to the head to hold the brush, target line for Masaki Iwai. Nose hit. Korean third, Seong Se-hyun. Kenny, I like to say, on most teams there's one energy player. On this Korean team, it's definitely Seong.
Yeah, I've seen him at the Olympic Games, and really does show his emotion out there on the ice.
Nose hit. Masaki Iwai. Server's really working this one. Might be over curling. Makes the hit, but is going to spill out of the rings.
No real damage with rowing out of play there. What it does do, though, it allows Korea to find their draw weight.
Sehyun with a chance now to dial that draw weight in. The green light indicating a legal throw as he releases.
그냥 가.
Automatic detectors at the hog line. Rules of curling, you have to release it before it reaches that near hog line, black line. And it's a good chance to find that draw weight because this is heavy through the rings.
Quite a bit heavy. It's right back to the hack. That was about hack weight.
Still going.
Maybe just quickened up from the practice. Both sides do get a practice, 9-minute practice actually, to determine who gets last stone advantage. The player draw the shot to the center.
Aoki, Japanese fourth. The youngest player in this competition is 18 years of age. First international competition. Welcome to the stage, Go Aoki. Made some spectacular shots in a losing cause last night against the USA.
Yeah, played a fantastic shot down 10 to take it to an extra end. Angled raise at sort of back ring weight, down onto the button.
Had to navigate a guard as well on the way in. It was a spectacular shot. If you have a chance to look at it online, it's well worth a look. Skip for Team Korea, Kim Chang-min. The most experienced player on this Korean team started his international career in 1998. So at the tender age of 32. He's been at this for close on 20 years. Competed in the Pacific Asia Curling Championships as a 13-year-old. Quality beach. Amazing.
여유 모드 할 때요. ちょっとにさとさんから。
Go Aoki's got his draw weight. Top of the forefoot. So after a pretty routine exchange of stones, the crucial stone about to come. Team Korea with the hammer, they will try to blank the end. It's a deliberate tactic, trying not to score, to keep last rock advantage into the second.
세아 조금만 더 줘. 아.
Sehyun holding the brush. That's the target for Kim Chang-min, last stone. Wants to hit the Japanese stone and roll out.
Yes, in. Yes. Good.
Blank executed to perfection. Blank end in the first. Japan, Korea, no score after one.
들어가자. 이쪽 커는 별로 안 된다. 아까 근데 이쪽 할 때 좀 많이 걸었죠. 아, 저쪽. 7分ジャスト。ちょうど。じゃあもう一回1分ね。そうね。前じゃなかったら。前奥じゃなかったら。え、まだよくない？いいよ。まだ中でいいよね。多分相手はガードしてくる。いや、打ってくるかもしれないよ。この見たら。綺麗好きだな。とりあえず4までは見ていいと思うよ、まだ。いいね。それでいいと思う。我々の体が起きるまでは。まだ起きない。まだ起きないから。ちょっとエンドちょっと消化していこう。時間使わないと。とりあえず綺麗にするってことだけで。そこだけやっていけばいいんじゃない？幅的には皮。
Saka Iwai holding the brush as we get end number 2 underway. Koji Sato.
クリーンだけでいいよタッチおちょっと早いあもうでいいまだ滑ってるなまだ滑ってる
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they approach this end, whether they still continue to bring the play into the house. And that's exactly what they've done, but this one's going to be a little heavy and drifting right through the house. So chance now for Korea to throw up the corner guard.
ちょっと早かったね
Get some stones in play. 4 rock rule, 3 guard zone here at the World Championship. That means that any stone that is short of the scoring area, the house, any first 4 stones can't be removed from play if it's short of that scoring area. If it's your own stone, you can remove it from play though.
One of the last tournaments played under the 4 rock rule under World Curling Federation sanctioned events, moving to the 5 rock free guard zone next year.
It may actually be the last hands.
Well, let's see. To be fair, we've got the World Seniors coming up.
I forgot about that one. Yeah.
That all-important tournament that some people will be playing in.
3-8ちょっとないかなちょっと抑えめだ3-9ぐらいだ
But yes, coming near to the end of the competitive calendar
ちょっと待ちだよ
in this amazing season of curling.
はいはいいいよはいいいちょっと曲げたいぐらい
It's a fantastic memories and probably at the top of that mountain.
あーごめん
OK
Incredible Winter Olympics. Saw the debut of mixed doubles curling, which went over a treat. And for this Korean team who represented Korea in Pyeongchang, what an event for them. The support that they got in Korea and all the curlers received, to be fair, was amazing. It was a terrific event.
아니야 아니야 민찬아 여기 민찬이만 민찬아 와
So some stones in play now, making things interesting.
계속 와
Lee Ki-bok trying to draw around the corner guard. Heights half. And you see the Korean bench, Coach Lim Ming-sup. As well as Oh Eun-soo, alternate, looking on. Shikuya making a play on that corner guard. Removes it.
8번 83 컨트롤 아까 그 웨이트 좋아요
There's the Japanese bench, Coach J.D. Lind. He's been working with both the men's and the women's program. Japanese women won the bronze medal in Pyeongchang. That was the first medal ever for Japanese curling at the Olympic level.
So Korea sitting 2. Relatively difficult double.
Outturned by Ryutaro Shikuya. Needs to hit 7/8 of it on the high side to make the pair. Gets it a little thin in jams. Keeps the shooter in the rings, but nice setup now for Korea with some separation between the stones. They've got last rock here in the second. Chance to generate their multiple point end. If you're brand new to our sport, the basics of strategy in curling, when you've got last rock, that's an advantage. You want to score 2 or more points, and when you don't have last rock, trying to force your opponent to only
여기
score
좀
1.
빠졌었어
9 정도로 가면 되겠지
I call that the hammer in curling. Somebody asked me the other day, and I'm going to have to research this, Kenny. Why is it called the hammer? And I don't know, so I'm not going to make something up. But I'll find out. It's a great question. Stone has some curling to do. Loses the shooter, rolls it off the ring, so the 2-point end possibly extinguished with that one, Kenny.
Yeah, slight mistake. He did play a controlled weight. It did run fairly straight. And that's really the difference at this top level of the game. You get half a chance like that, you've really got to take it.
Okay.
Can't afford to hit and roll out.
I agree. Opportunities to generate deuces or more are quite rare, even with the advantage of last rock. That's down to the skill level of all these teams here. You throw the big weight and get yourself out of trouble types of
ずい
shots.
ぶん遅いね。
ちょっとね。
Saki Ui makes the hit. Seong Se-hyun. He has to do the same in return, and so mind shift for Korea. Kenny shifting to blank now from scoring.
Absolutely. They have last stone, so they don't want to score a single point with that hammer, as you say. They want to hold on to last stone advantage and try and score multiple points when they can. Got to feel, as long as the Koreans are very patient in this game, they will get chances.
Patience is a very important attribute. When you've got the advantage of last rock, I think you're right, Kenny. Sometimes you want to press and make something happen, and sometimes that can backfire. So patience is going to be key.
よっしゃ。はい、嬉しい。観光よりもうちょっと曲がる。あ、そうなんだ。
13 teams in the event. That means the round robin phase, 12 matches. It's a long week to get yourselves to the playoffs.
またドローです。
Seon hits, but he rolls out.
8くらい。あ、8ぐらいがいいかな。
New playoff format this year at the World Men's, similar to what was just played recently in the World Women's. 6-team playoff,
いいね。植えていいよ。
and a real reward for the top two teams. They go directly to the semifinal.
ちょっと、あ、ちょっといいや。はい、待てるよ。
Third-ranked team plays the sixth-ranked team in one of the qualifier games, and the fourth-ranked team plays the fifth-ranked team in the other of the qualifiers. No tiebreaker games, which is outstanding.
ちょっと回ったね。
It's
Yes.
still settled
Yeah.
on the ice. Head-to-head performance breaks the ties. Win-loss record, and if win-loss record can't break a tie, it's draw shot distance, which every team does.
次は5番정도になってる。
야, 오늘 벨트 리리지 않아. 벨트를.
And we saw some really exciting playoff action at the World Women's recently in North Bay under the new format. Kim Chang-min,
스윙. 스윙. 스윙.
nose hit. And we had some discussions at the World Women's, Kenny, about what's the magic number to get you to the playoffs. And the consensus there was 7 wins, 5 losses, put you squarely in the frame, and 6 and 6 might get you in on a tie-break type of a situation. 4 games in action. We'll quickly update you. On sheet A, China is leading Russia 1-0. Norway out to a 2-0 lead over Germany on sheet B. No score in our match, and in sheet D, Netherlands with a 2-0 lead over the home team, USA.
So hit and run for Korea with their final stone in this second end.
Yes. Yes. Hi.
Close to nose. It's going to stay in the rings. That's a mistake. They did not want to do that. They've scored a point, but it is a force.
1 yellow.
Kim Chang-min wanted to blank the end, overcurled slightly. Korea takes the lead, but it's advantage Japan. Korea leading it 1-0 after 2. Japan with the last rock to come into the third.
마지막에 너무 많이 들었다. 전체 득점은 나쁘지 않아. 번째 거는 왜 이렇게 친 거야? 많이 남았구나. 이제 된대. 이제 된대.
Third end action. In our feature match, you're enjoying live curling
좋은 거 같아요.
from Las Vegas. We're in the desert
세 보여, 세연아.
on Easter Sunday morning.
나이스 캣.
361 World Men's Curling Championships.
나이스 캣. 클린해. 얍.
Feature match.
얍.
Korea versus Japan. Hans Framel here with Kenny Edwards.
자, 뒤로 가.
Bit of a defensive battle so far. Japan, even though they're trailing on the scoreboard, gain a slight advantage, Kenny, with that no-risk force in the second end.
Yeah, you really got to think that that's a big mistake for Korea, taking the single point when they do have last stone advantage. We're looking to score multiple points, retain last stone advantage, and maybe go into the third end and have a bit of a push.
So Japan doing the pushing here with last rock in the third, and they're going for it right away. Tight center guard by Team Korea, but look at that come around by Koji Sato. Beautiful. Top button fully buried. Buck.
죽여야 돼, 룸. 노바운스. 너 라인. 여덟이. 여기가 여덟이.
Making a quick last-minute decision to actually wrap it a little bit around the Japanese stone and sits on the tee line and actually buries a corner behind the stone on the top button. Good alert line read there by Kim Chang-min.
Yeah, great communication between the front end and the skip. Just understand where the stone's going to end up. Hits and rolls, and that one will hang around in the 12-foot, that blue 12-foot circle. You've got to say, Japan are shaping things in this third end.
Yeah, really nice shot. One buried, one on the wings. You've got last rock. Things looking nice here for Team Japan. Korea will try to change that up. Kim Min Chen being asked to run his own guard straight back onto the Japanese shot. Oh, look at this. Nearly makes the raise double. Kills one. Try to drive it straight back. Slight angle. Clips the inside of the Japanese stone. Ryo Shikuya. Nice shooting in this end so far by Team Japan.
Yeah, very patient play, very just look unflustered. For a very young and inexperienced side, that's a great attribute to have.
Yeah, you wouldn't think that this is their first international tournament by their demeanor on the ice. I agree, Kenny. Just going about their business, having a laugh, keeping it light, but focused well. Race takeout there by Korea removes the Japanese shot, but again rolling off the rings. So once more to the well from Saki Ewai, asking Shikuya to again draw around the center guard. Sweepers pounding this one out of hand. Now they're backing off.
A little surprised that they're coming around the in turn, because if they do show a little edge, there may be a double on. And that's what they've left. Maybe they would have thought to have come round the other side. On the left-hand side, he's looking overhead. So they show a little bit on the left-hand side. There's no double on the Reds, but you can now play the double. Exactly what Korea are looking to do.
These are the kind of things that they'll look at and review after the game and their shot choices and their shot selection. Maybe sticking to that in turn because they made a couple of them previous, but I agree, Kenny. Coming around the other side, slightly higher percentage. So at this level, slightly higher percentage is usually a better choice.
Well, this one is moving really aggressively. Can't afford to catch the guard.
They're going to be near to it, and they clip it. Push their own stone into the rings in the process, but Japan lying 2 with a fantastic chance here in the third end to take advantage of the hammer and cash in 2 and maybe more.
Yeah, big mistake. I'm not surprised they didn't just play normal takeout weight just so they made sure they got the roll.
Or the run.
Yeah.
Net result, Japan lying 2. Chance to throw into the left side of our picture and get fantastic separation. Saki Ewai dialing in.
Just need something in and around the top 8 foot.
Sato and Shikuya on the brushes. Just rubbing that top stone. Sweeping for line, I think, Kenny. Clip the front stone, but they're still lying 3. Tough for Korea to make any kind of a double takeout. They can close the house up a bit.
Yeah, probably just look to hit the one on the left-hand side and roll across to the button, that white area towards the centre of the house.
Seong Se-hyun, if you've got anybody on the ice that you want to be able to throw big weight, he's your man, but won't be able to throw huge heat here because of that corner guard just slightly covering the target rock. Just by it. Makes the hit and sticks. Goyoki, 18 years of age, youngest player in the field. Front stone is going to be a little bit of trouble for Team Japan. The stone's open, but we've seen a couple of these stones down this path. Can he really make a move? When you see a couple of rocks move and you're thinking about downing the weight a little bit, that can become a real concern, can't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
The harder you throw it, the straighter it goes. Slow it down a bit, the more it'll curl. Sweepers on it immediately. They're trying to hold the line straight. They have to get it by that corner guard.
It wasn't a great release.
He does over curl and he does crash the corner guard. Gets an acceptable plan B by rolling into the top of the forefoot, but a mistake there and a chance for Korea to maybe bail themselves out a little bit here.
起きてない。
Japan line 2, but they're easy pickings for a double takeout if that's what Kim Chang-min wants to play. Looking at their options.
노스한테 이쪽으로 롤 말고 이쪽으로 롤 되면
Yeah, it's a relatively straightforward double, just a hair on the high side. On the right hand side, as we look at the overhead, roll the yellow to just above the Guier. Both reds would go, and you leave yourself sitting 2. So just one slight mistake there has turned the tables.
So on the previous end, Korea had a chance for repair going, and they made a small mistake and let Japan off the hook, got the force, and tables turning here in the third end. Kim Chang-min, though, still has to make this shot.
생각보다 잘 나가지.
네, 지금 그래도 컨트롤은 3초 중.
Trying to make a double takeout, trying to remove both Japanese stones.
웨이트! 3초요.
Not a lot of weight in this one.
Looking the same thing on release, Kenny. Just control type weight here.
웨이트 큰! 웨이트 큰!
Looking to control the roll, jams it,
아,
and
이거
has
별론데.
Korea now left Japan a double
이거
takeout.
별론데.
To lie 3, perhaps.
좀 다 가야 되는데.
Yeah, I think I would have thought about dropping the weight if that had been my last stone. But I'm a little surprised that they played that controlled weight.
너무 작아.
We will look in Netherlands versus the USA. Yellowstone belongs to the Netherlands. And there is a pile in front. So very difficult last facing USA fourth stone Greg Persinger.
It's very difficult to see what he has here.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same.
Is it thin off the
Might be
right hand
thin
side?
off the right hand side. I'm thinking the same thing, Kenny. Here it comes.
Pretty much got to throw this to miss.
Yeah.
It's very thin.
Aoki removes the Korean stone, but let's look at the Team USA shot. Hits it thin. Look at that! Wow, what a fantastic shot by Greg Persinger. Beautiful. Scoring 2 for sure, and they may take a look at the third. I think it's 3. No, it's 2 for sure. I think they're agreeing on 2. It is. 2 points for Team USA, but wow, pistol by Greg Persinger. Fantastic shot. Kim Chang-min.
라인 진짜 좋아. 기다려.
웨이트 좋아요.
거의 비슷해.
Needs to save his shooter.
Yes.
Right in the nose.
슈어.
And the angles, Kenny. Double takeout available for Japan, but high risk of a jam if they try it. So it looks like a force here.
Yeah, it's definitely just a draw to the 8 foot or hit and stay. Don't think you should go after the double.
ね、狙わないんだね。
That yellow closest to the centre line would probably go back onto the red.
We're in Las Vegas, and it's the land where everything is calculated in terms of risk and reward. And in this situation, risk too high for the reward too small if you're trying that double.
怖いね、あれね。怖いね。ヒットでもいいんじゃない。
簡単。そんなに切れないと。
After a little bit of debate,
最初はぎって押
just
す。
settling on the weight that they want to play.
クリーンでいいよ。
Go Aoki, say bumper weight. Last stone on its way.
それダメだよ。
Bumper weight. He's throwing it hard enough to hit the boards at the far end. It's a takeout shot, but it's very gentle weight. Good looking shot here. Very nice. Go Aoki, hits and sticks. Japan scores a single point, but it's back-to-back forces. After 3 ends of play, we are tied at 1.
よいしょ。
좀 위험했다. 네. 좀 위험했다.
早いともうマイナスぐらいですよね。
外はね。
そうだね。
ああ、またドロスで。
そうだね。どうして相手側です。
そのカードの方が楽っちゃ楽。
相手も 的にはこっちドロー使ってないからまだ分かんないんでね、インターンの
一回使ってね
それでもいいかもしれないけど、
ガードになってもいいし
うん、こっちはもうだいぶ読めてるから。
よしそれでいこう
オッケー
はい行こう俺測るよ
4 games in action here on an Easter Sunday. Here at the 361 World Men's Curling Championships.
357
え、マジ早いな。あ、でも
落ちて4はい
や、それは重いよ。あれはいいよ。
スケッチかない
や、いいんだけど。今ちょっとタイト気味で。
入るよ入るするは入る
14秒。
OK
Japan draws into the rings. Korea with last rock
マジ
here on the 4th end. Lee Ki-bok, 88% for the tournament. Won the World Junior Curling Championship. That was in Gangneung, Korea. World Juniors is always used as a test event prior to the Olympic Games. And Team Korea won that one at home. Easter Sunday morning here in Las Vegas, and a pair of Easter bunnies have appeared, Kenny.
Yeah, getting into the spirit. Quite fancy one of them suits, actually, to be fair.
I thought you were going to say quite fancy a chocolate egg.
ちょっと速そうだな
Maybe if you're a good young man, Easter bunny might make their way up here with
そこまで行く。そこまで行く。
Easter cheer.
止まってるよ7まで行くそう
I also think you'd, yeah, cut a dashing figure in an Easter bunny costume, Kenny.
え
2 stones in the rings for Japan.
Yeah, the fans here in Las Vegas really have embraced this event. Really getting into the spirit of it.
358だったんで
It's tremendous. As soon as this venue was announced as the site for the World Men's Curling Championships, the curling world lit up in anticipation. There have been curling events held in Las Vegas before, Continental Cups. And now, after the recent gold medal by the U.S. men's team at the Winter Olympics, the World Men's Curling Championships is back in the USA, in the entertainment capital of the world. And people are really getting into the spirit of the whole thing. It's terrific. Interesting play here. Just a little tap. Very good setup shot, Kenny.
Yeah, very good call, actually.
Take a quick look at Norway, Germany. Norway leading that one 2-0, and there are 2 Norwegian stones. I would say that the red stone is shot. So Germany's Alexander Baumann. So he's trying to run in. Oh, clips his own stone out and is a steal of 2. Tried to make a play on the Norwegian stone. Hits his own. Disaster. Norway up 4-0 after 2.
And back of their feature game, Japan tried to peel the corner guard, caught it very thin, and run down into their own 2 red stones on the forefoot.
더블 치고 롤. 롤은 어때요?
전 살짝 띄우면 좋겠는데.
Changman, I think, wants to throw the guard, but his teammates are quite keen to play a stone in the rings. No, it will be the guard.
4초도 좀 빠르게.
All out on offense here, Ken.
4초까지 맥시멈 괜찮을 것 같아.
Yeah, a little bit of a strange call because the hit and rolling behind the corner is there. They do have last stone advantage.
라인 정말 타이트.
Kim Min Chen.
셋. 라인 타이트. 기본 조금 끌어줘. 넷.
오,
넷.
기복. 오.
넷. 형 다섯. 클린해. 넷부터. 셋. 셋. 셋.
Korea taking some risk here.
셋. 셋. 좋아. 클린해 계속. 넷. 오. 넷. 넷.
Exchanging what is a pretty good situation for a 2 and gambling to try and set up a 3 by throwing a guard. Over curls.
몇 초야? 8번. MI.
Kim Min Chen.
조금 밑에.
Saka Iwai. Trying to deal with that rock. Japan can roll it into the rings if they hit the inside of the stone. Definitely don't want to hit the outside of the stone. That would create a jam. Ritaro Shikuya. 86% so far for the team.
Very nice stone.
Indeed, makes the hit, rolls across the house. Sits in 4th shot position. But he also kind of chokes off that corner guard as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And if Korea just play the nose hit, could potentially be a double there in the yellows to leave them.
더블 너무 쉬워.
Japan setting 3.
센터가 탭은요?
탭.
네, 탭 그냥.
Korea just being a little aggressive, I feel.
Maybe over aggressive.
자, 롤 갈 거면 조금 바깥쪽으로 가는 게 나을 것 같아.
Said right back at the start of this game that patience would be what the Koreans needed in this game. They will get chances. They don't need to force the issue.
Shot choice on the previous shot, throwing a guard. That
아니면
tells us that they're not thinking 2, they're thinking how can we get 3.
넣으시면 그냥 네, 오버. 이거 롤 보고
Do you have options?
얇으면
They can play the
이거 아예
outside
롤
stone, roll
시키고
behind the corner
아니면
guard.
이거 완벽한 샷은 이거.
인컬러.
That, of course, would leave the Japanese stone sitting in that 4-foot circle untouched.
여기다
방 돌았는데.
밤.
Have to deal with those stones
형 이거 무조건 살려야 돼.
in that red 4-foot circle at some point, and they're gambling, saying, okay, we'll leave them there for another shot.
여기 스피드 좋아.
Risk there.
인컬은 다
Japan switches gears and
나는 오나도 나쁘지
starts
않아.
throwing great guards.
살려야 될 것 같으면 살려야 될 것 같으면
Could be tough to score.
근데 웨이트 맞춰야지.
Yeah,
너무
they could potentially leave themselves sitting 2. The hit just the left-hand side of the nose.
Lots of rocks to come yet.
그래도 5대는 약할 것 같아요.
Still thinking about it, haven't quite settled on the shot choice.
밤.
In the end, after looking at all the angles, it is going to be a play on the left-hand stone as we're looking at the red stone in the 8-foot. Bumper weight. Min Chen.
클린해.
Slightly across the nose and roll behind the corner guard.
야. 웨이트. 워. 클린해. 야. 워. 할로.
Nice.
나이스 샷.
Good shot. What do Japan do now?
Rolls underneath.
펑펑 같아.
Kim Min Chen, great shot.
Fully
Fully covered.
터프? 터프잖아. 아예 안 나오네. 더리플해.
Go out, they're looking at the angles. Are they thinking a situation here, Kenny, where you catch it, then maybe you can kill all 3 Korean stones.
Potentially could get all 3 moving, but
He was certainly looking at the angles.
I think you play this in a way that you always throw the hit and the roll to the center line.
Saka Iwai, 76% for the tournament. Big shot here.
Not sure I would be playing this in the in turn either.
Jams, rolls his own stone onto the rings. He outcounts the Korean stone on the edge of the 12-foot in the process.
OK
노즈.
And now you've got the thunderous power of Seong Se-hyun.
안디가 나올 거. 들어가 있어요. 지금 가.
Triple takeouts there,
예.
double takeouts there. Nose hit on the Japanese stone on the top of the
지금
12-foot
가면
is
괜찮은
there.
것 같아. 컨트롤. 근데 이
Yeah,
공간이
this was all down to where you want your stones positioned. There's a couple of shots you could play. You could drive the red on the left back onto the 2.
아니면 이렇게 롤. 형 그거 할게. 컨트롤.
Seem to have settled on making a play on the Japanese stone in the front 12-foot. We
여기
heard
스트레이트야.
control weight.
네.
Seong Se-hyun. Control weight looking to hit and roll across. And sitting somewhere in the 12-foot, but keeping a path open to the Japanese stones on the 4. Looking for the roll. They want to open up the stones behind them. Well, it's an interesting spot. Leaves his own stone there to possibly run in.
Yeah, Korea need to build a few stones now, and them 2 reds are sitting in that 4-foot area and looking very vulnerable.
Absolutely. Here we see where the gambling of Team Korea to try and build a multiple point end is starting to potentially bear fruit. Their stones are accumulating, absolutely. There's some danger here for Japan if they try to remove the Korean stones. Jams everywhere you look. Seong Se-hyun looking on.
세게 던진 거보다 약간 그래도 뻗으니까 약하게 던진 스피드 생각이
잘 쳤어요.
그래서 던질 거야.
근데 다음에 또
얼마야 이거?
9반이요.
9반?
혹시 호구토 오고 쳤어요?
아니 호구토 3초면 된다 컨트롤은. 어제보다 잘 나간다. 일단 건드려야 돼 이제 건드려야 돼.
죽는 것도 확인해봐야지.
뻗은 라인에서는 센 거보다 약하게 났고 도는 라인에서는 약한 거보다 세게 나니까 일단 그런 식으로 생각하고 던졌다.
A lot of options, Kenny, but none of them particularly appetizing after a long discussion. It seems to me they've settled on drawing the stone into the 8-foot in front of their own rocks, trying to tuck a corner behind that yellow Korean stone in the front 12-foot.
最初に着3してください多分ファウルしてくるんで
Some risk here. If you're a little bit heavy and you sit in the open, you might set up a triple takeout.
38ベストで
Really important, Kenny, that I think they hide a corner here. They have to get a little tuck in behind that Korean stone in the front of the house.
OK
Good choice, do you think?
Yeah, I think so. You don't need to force the issue by playing the takeout on the 2 yellows.
67待てるよ
They could drop another one in.
ウェイト待てるよ待てるよあ落ちてきたよロッケー
Might even be tempted to hit the outside yellow. Just spring down at the 12-foot.
Trying to tuck behind that Korean stone, just hiding a corner. Sit directly beside it. Might have done just enough to take away the run back option for the Koreans. Raising the yellow stone onto an angle. But have they left a triple takeout?
Yeah, I think they have. They need to come another 2 or 3 inches just to tuck the inside in.
Yep.
Just a hair on the right-hand side as we look at that one. And all them reds will go away.
Kim Chang-min looking at the angles.
3분의 2. 노즈가 나.
So this is where, after all the hard work of setting the trap, can you spring the trap right here? Seong Se-hyun looking for a triple takeout, trying to remove all of the Japanese shots.
Yes! Yes! Oh, yes!
Very close to this one. One, 2.
Boom! All the rocks in motion, but they leave Japan lying 2. Need a little bit higher contact. Have a look on the replay. Straight back Needed to go across the face of that target stone on the run back to get all 3 stones in motion. Jams it straight back. Leaves Japan line 2.
Things not looking good for Korea now.
Angles are awful for Korea right now.
でもこれパーンと弾かれるけど
まあでもこれ残ってるから
Japanese shot rock, or the shot on the tee line is really well
ここもあ
protected.
りありあり
Is it one of these situations, Kenny, where you can actually do damage by throwing a rock?
フォワードもありな気がするな
Quite possibly.
結構厳しいと思うやっぱこれが一番怖い
So Japan does nothing at all right now. What does Korea do? Pretty much have to draw.
Yeah, draw something round into the back of the forefoot
どっちの方が読めてる今のとこ
the end turn.
どっちもいけそう
どっちもいけるよ曲がりだけだ
Korea has last rock here
俺も嫌なんだよな
on the 4th end, but Japan line 2.
あアウトサイドも嫌なんだよな
オーバーカリする
Possible
こっちで変わらさせばいい
run back on that stone just to the left of the center line of the front 12 foot. Kenny, maybe a raised double take it, but tough shots.
岩橋はなんかこっち
Very tough, yeah.
9でもいい9だな
軽いでしょこっち
彼4秒でもいい
Japan does seem a little bit concerned about that possible run back, so Go Aoki, Japanese full stone 80% of the tournament, is going to be throwing somewhere down that path, trying to take a couple of those shots away from the Koreans.
This one's a little narrow for line.
It's going to come near to the Korean stone. He's going to line it up. Interesting. Red yellow will take the yellow stone in the area of the button, but I'm not sure it would remove the Japanese shots.
You just catch that yellow they're just indicating at the moment, left-hand side of it.
Just off nose on the high side.
7/8, I think, would be perfect. Leave yourself sitting potentially
Maybe 4.
4, maybe 5.
Maybe 5. Or you might leave Japan line 2. Kim Chang-min has played this whole end aggressively to try and score more than 2. When you do that, that usually means a high risk but a high reward shot for the skip. And we are in that situation right here. Not the final stone of the end coming, but critical shot if Korea is going to cash in points here. Kim Chang-min, 84%. Trying a short angle raise run back, trying to make a double takeout. Not laying a brush to it yet.
Must be close.
Oh, fantastic shot by Korea. Kim Chang-min made it look easy. That was not. It was a very difficult shot. Didn't lay a brush to it all the way down. Yellow, red, red, everything in motion. Terrific shot. Perfect. He's a gambling man. He's come to the right town. Kim Chang-min.
Yeah, potentially sitting 3.
2 for sure. Red and Yellowstone's biting the edge of the 12-foot. Korea might be lying 3. Go Aoki. Needs to save his shooter, but it is going to roll out of the rings. So we're going to take a look at it now. It's really important for them to know if they are actually lying 2. Go Aoki. Rolling out with his takeout attempt. Just asking his skip. Is that tight? Nice look at it.
I think they both agreed that was the yellow.
Okay, Korea's made their choice. I think they're lying 2 right now.
Sometimes you will see teams just throw the wing with this one. Don't get involved with the centre guard.
Yeah, I It's true.
태국 네가 다 땡겨 넣을 것 같은데.
They give you
화이트만 돼.
unimpeded
라인은 충분하게 잡았어.
house to draw to. Korea believes they've got 2 in the bank already, so Kim Chang-min believes that this is a draw for 3. Kim Chang-min, the rambling, gambling man. Will the gamble pay off in a huge 3-point end?
무조건 웨이트. 키워 웨이트 좋아 보여. 키워 웨이트 좋아 보여. 키워 웨이트 좋아 보여. 키워.
You just need to be 12 foot with this one.
No problem with the guard. Well clear of the guard. We'll just wait for verification on the score. 2 for sure for Korea. Is it 3?
yes.
They will ask the officials to measure, I believe, for the 3rd point. They haven't confirmed the score yet.
지하들인데? 지오.
Kenny, Kim Chang-min. Gambling instincts always, and it pays off in a big way.
야, 나 니네 닦으면
Well, they have put 4-1 up on the scoreboard. I'm not sure it is 4-1 yet.
많이 불러봐.
Just wait for confirmation. The stone's still on the
닦으면 겁나.
scoring area. Haven't been moved yet.
지금
Big question here. Who is third shot? Korea has 2 points, and we see the stone sitting on the scoring area. Teams have not agreed who's closest for a 3rd point, so they've asked the officials to come onto the ice to measure.
3 for 3. Yes. Yes.
Official comes onto the playing surface with the measuring device. Kenny, this is always entertaining. Let's play guess.
Well,
Yellow or red?
I believe it's the yellow.
Fans at home. We're in Vegas. Is it red? Is it yellow? Measuring device very precise. Watch the needle. Watch where it goes.
Yes.
Said it went to 6.
조금만 잡자. 약간 나갔거든. 네네네. 이제
7, and it is a 3rd point for Korea. So confirmation, 3 points. Gamble paying off huge for Korea after 4 ends. Korea 4 and Japan 1.
저 거의 7대 뭐 3점?
불러봐야겠어. 그냥 차이가 너무 많이 나.
Play underway in the 5th end here. We're live. Curling in the desert. Easter Sunday morning in Las Vegas, Nevada. Site of the 361 World Men's Curling Championship 2018, our feature match. Korea versus Japan. In that 4th end in this town where gamblers make and lose fortunes. Kim Chang-min gambled huge in that 4th end, Kenny, and it paid off big time. Score of 3. Played really aggressively, but it converted for them.
Yeah, it certainly wasn't the textbook way of going about trying to get a multiple score, but it worked for them.
Why score 2 when you can score 3?
It took a lot of risk and had to come up with a good shot with his first, which he done, and that really spun the end on its head.
Lee Ki-bok. I've seen this Korean team play a few times, and it's not inconsistent with their style. They do play high risk, but they back themselves. They can throw that big, precise takeout weight and get themselves out of situations if it gets ugly. It can backfire too. You can get scorched that way sometimes if you get too aggressive.
Yeah, but I think Korea coming into this game would have had a plan to say we will create some chances against this young Japanese side. As we said, this is the first time this young Japanese side have been at a World Championships. In fact, the first time they've played against any of these teams at the World Championships. So a little bit of an unknown quantity, but you don't win your national championships for nothing though. We have seen Yuzuki Morozumi for Japan at the World Championships for a number of years, and he is no fool, and for these guys to pick up the win against them, they're obviously quite a good outfit.
Take a look now at Russia-China. They're all tied up at 1. Zhou Dejia, China, from his last stone. That's an excellent point, Kenny. Korea perhaps sensing a chance to really put some pressure on a team with not much international experience. And look at Zhou Dejia navigating around the corner guard. Single point for China. They take a 2-1 lead. The Japanese team pretty unflustered, you gotta say. They're just, their demeanor doesn't project we're terrified. That's come around attempt clipping the corner guard, however. So once again, the stones are accumulating. Japan has last rock this time.
That did not find a good spot for Team Japan. So the real danger stone for Korea is that corner guard. They're going to try and make it go away.
Kim Min Chen. Yellow stone on the button belongs to Korea. Japanese stone in front of it. Threatening challenge for Japan. How to get to it with the front stones. Blocking the path.
Hey, wake up the morning.
まあこれでもこうなってもいいし、タップするかカバーする。ああ。まあここが一番いいんだけどね。うん、いいと思うよ。いいんじゃないかな。
T奥に行った方がいいね。
T奥ね。
Discussed a few options. Kenny seemed to have settled on the come around, trying to draw into the forefoot around the outturn side. Great shot if you make it, but risky if you don't.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I might have just played tap on the yellow that's on the centre line and roll away to the wing, open up the centre. Doing this, you're more than likely leaving Korea sitting one on the button.
Kind of a setup shot for Team Japan that's going to slide deep into the 8-foot. So Japan employing a similar strategy to Korea, I think, from the previous end. Just accumulating rocks with the hope of generating a big end. No cover, however. So Kim Chang-min can make a play at it. Seong Se-hyun.
Hard. Good. 잘 던졌어.
Spills. Well, Japan seems to be looking at playing the same shot, Kenny. Gambling that they'll have a chance to play a tap raise on their last, perhaps to maybe get a 3. It's not a textbook setup for Korea by any means. After you score 3, usually you try to keep things pretty tidy and go for a low risk force. And stones are accumulating for Japan. Saki Iwai. Kenny, the deeper and deeper we get in this end, the more challenging it's going to be for Japan to get to that shot rock.
Yeah, I think what's key in this end for Japan is they've got to score. They can't really afford to drop any more behind.
Exactly. Put it in the same spot, back of the 8-foot in the open. That's definitely a deliberate plan by the Japanese.
Maybe feel there's enough pull on the ice to just come down and play the red-yellow tap with the last to pick up 2.
Yeah, saving it for their last shot and hoping if they can get a Korean miss that maybe they could score 3. Quieter weight being played here by Seong, trying to save the shooter this time, I think, Kenny. Looking for a little inside roll, not going to get it.
Potentially a little dangerous by doing that.
Yeah, something for Japan to use, definitely. So Masaki Iwai immediately patting his brush right in front of the Korean stone. That's usually a signal that they want to play a freeze shot in curling. Call it a freeze when you sit your stone directly in front of another one. Makes it very difficult to remove. We'll take a look at the interval time. Stopwatches are legal in curling. Players use it to gauge the pace of the ice. It's been running about 14 seconds, hog to hog for a draw to the T line. 14-2, it'll be in the neighborhood. They do want to get this one all the way deep and to get into second shot position at least. Not quite. Comes up short.
Yeah, that also blocks the route down into that side of the house. To Korea just throw a guard on this, make it difficult for Japan to score in this 5th end.
Certainly an option, Kenny. They have choked off their out-turn path, the Japanese. They do have, they could tap that stone they just threw into the button area, but making things difficult for themselves. Forest of granite. Japan has last rock. Kim Chang-min comes down for another look. Often, Kenny, when you get down to the hack end to throw, you take a look at it and the angles look different. Changes your shot choice. Korea would love to get something into second shot position and lower their risk a little bit.
차라리 이거 해놓고
Here's the shot, Rock.
밀려서 들어오면 최고 좋잖아.
네.
맞지?
그래.
어차피 이건 날라가도 상관없어.
최대한 두껍게 맞추면 좋겠네.
아니 두껍게
They're just a
맞추면
little nervous about giving up a multiple score here in the fifth end.
2점이잖아. 맞지? 차라리 이게 얇아서 여기 서는 게 나을 것 같아.
네.
Korean plan.
그것만
They
제거되면
love to force
상관없어.
Japan to take one. They don't want to drop a 2 or more.
그냥 좀 생각해 보자. 뭐가 제일 좋을지.
타임수가 할까요?
아니 시간 많아.
이거 얼마나 보여요?
진짜 보여. 다 보여.
이 정도까지 보여. 네.
다 보여. 저거 제 만큼 돼.
위험 부담
choice
줄이는
for
건 이게
Korea.
낫겠다.
이게 나.
아니면 이거 아예 날리는 거.
이거 하자.
Lots of safe options that could potentially result in a Japanese 2.
형 반만 안 되지?
반.
Do you take a little bit of extra risk to try and force Japan to 1, or do you take a lower risk option and perhaps concede a 2, but you're still ahead on the scoreboard?
조금만 더 줘. 더.
너무
네. 너무
Well, true to form, Kim Chang-min electing a slightly riskier option. Looks to be running his own stone back on an angle into the Japanese rock.
And not something, again, from the textbook, but
Well,
played
tell
it
you,
textbook.
Kim Chang-min's textbook, that's on the front page. Let's take a look in at USA Netherlands. That game is tied at 2. American stone just biting the front of the 4-foot circle. So Jaap van Dorp from the Netherlands. Trying to remove the American rock. Score 1. Makes the hit. Just inside, full of the 8-foot, so it's a single point for the Netherlands, and they move to a 3-2 lead.
まあヒットステイされてもまだ
そうだよね。
Options here for Japan, Kenny?
ヒットステイで置いとけば。
Yeah, there's lots of options. If you can just come down and catch that yellow on the nose, you may be able to get rid of 2 yellows at least, and leave yourself sitting 2, maybe
ちょっとずらすぐらいがいいよね。
just depending on what angles
でも
you
それ
can
で
create.
絶対かすっちゃうね。であっちステイしたらさらにこれがきつくなるさ次が。次ステイしても弱いしか
Even if you hit the yellow on the right hand side and peel the back yellow, you know, play the double that way and roll the shooting stone away to the side, that yellow then looks very vulnerable in the 4-foot area.
They can make a play on their own shot. There's JD Lin looking on. No coaching input unless the team calls timeout, so he can only teleport his thoughts to his team on the ice. He can't verbalize them. But I'm with you, Kenny. Nose hit the red just slightly off nose.
まあ外に当たっても後ろにそれも悪い外でも悪くはない。
Japan's been patiently waiting to move the Korean stone off the button, and this is the moment for it. Go Aoki.
This one needs to just pull up a hair. 1, 2, and sticks the yellow back of the 8-foot.
Bad luck for Japan. Aoki looking disappointed as he comes down the ice, and you can see why. Yellowstones belong to the Koreans.
아까 제거 칠이 티가 세요.
Important guard stone about to come here for Kim Chang-min.
They still have a chance of making 2 out of this because they could drive the red that's on the right hand side of the shot back onto the red top of the 4-foot. Might be able to make 2 that way. So
Yeah. Tough to guard everything here for Korea. In these situations, you try to guard the easiest shot for the opponent, but sometimes when you're trying to take away 2 options, you take away none.
이지.
셋,
이지.
다섯이야. 넷,
너.
아니야. 넷,
클린해.
아직 있어요. 넷, 아직
어디야?
있어요. 지금
어디야?
다섯,
늑도.
This
어디야?
one's going to
다섯,
slide into the rings.
너.
넷,
너.
살짝만 넘길까?
넷,
너.
Very, very, very good shot.
Yeah, takes away the angle run. Makes the play directly onto the red stone at the front of the 4-foot higher risk because it's going to be harder for the Japanese to save Shot Rock for scoring 2. Great shot.
ショットロールでいけないかな。
こっちもあんだよ。
いけそうだよね。バンパーぐらいで。
Because of the drag effect as well, Kenny.
多分
Hitting the red rock a little bit high side
これはきつい。
could push the Korean stone a little bit more directly on their stone in the back of the 4-foot as well.
Yeah, I could just drag it right across onto the face and it might end up giving up the
黄
steal.
色が残っちゃったらあれ
This is
だ
a very, very difficult shot.
とりあえずこれやるしかない。それやるしかない。
Such a good guard by Kim Chang-min.
ポンと
Put it in a perfect place.
1点でいいならもうあげちゃうけど。
早いのでいけば
With
結
the
構。
drag effect we're talking about, if you hit the outside of that red stone on the 4-foot, it looks like the yellow stone would go straight back and past the Korean stone, but the physics of curling rocks would actually change the angle a little bit and push it back into the left towards the Korean stone in the back 8-foot. Call that drag effect. And if Japan does make a play on their own stone on the front 4-foot, it's going to have to be pretty quiet weight as well because he has to save his shot rock. Maybe they're just thinking throw heat at it, Kenny, just to score 1. They've abandoned any thought of scoring 2, I think, Kenny. Here we go. Aoki. Last stone of the 5th end. He's trying to hit when he can see of his own shot to try and score 1. And there's the drag, but they get away with it. It's a single point for Japan. Just confirmation there, 1 red it is. Japan scores 1. Woo, says Go Aoki. Never in doubt.
そっちじゃない。
Korea leads at 4-2 after 5.
そこでいいんじゃない。
Shot of the week so far, and 2 points, tie the game. Just well earned score.
Third end action.
オッケー。
クリーンでいいよ。
Last stone. Japan's Go Aoki. Full weight takeout. Facing 2. Makes it. Rolls into the 4-foot for a single point for Japan. That ties the game at 1-1 after 3. 4th end. Kim Chang-min trying to make a run back double takeout. Has to be really precise. Look at this. All the stones moving, leaving Korea lying 3. Fantastic shot. Then on the final stone in the end, all of the gambling about to pay off if Kim Chang-min can draw one into the house to cash in their 3. No problem there for Kim. Right to the tee line, 3 points for Korea, gives them a 4-1 lead. After 5, it's Korea 4 and Japan 2.
マニブラザー。
Catching you up on our session 3 matches at the midpoint. China holding a narrow 2-1 lead over Russia. Norway off to a great start in the first half of that game, leading Germany by a 7-1 score. Our feature match, Korea leading Japan 4-2, and the USA with a narrow 4-3 lead over the Netherlands here at the Orleans Arena, Las Vegas, Nevada, in the USA.
そんな今喋ってる。ああ。
もうちょっと来ると思うんで多分。
한번 인물이 뭔가 자꾸 싫어. 네? 당연한 그거지. 어? 그냥 마이크하고 이런 거. 실수했을 때 누군가 실수했을 때 내가 표정 관리를 어떻게 해야 돼? 이걸 진짜 생각.
Teams conferring between the fifth end break, and let's take a look at the stats after 5 ends. Pretty even in the shooting percentage department, not much to pick between the teams. But looking down at the scoreboard, that 4th end, lots of gambles taken by Kim Chang-min strategically, and they really paid off with a huge 3-point score, and that's the difference in the game so far. Korea holding a 4-2 lead at the midpoint of this 10-end game. Look across all the action here at the Orleans Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. Venue for the 361 World Men's Curling Championship. Easter Sunday, Easter bunnies in attendance. Looking quite cozy, rinkside here at the Orleans Arena. Fantastic atmosphere here in Las Vegas. Really embraced Las Vegas being the entertainment capital of the world. The opening ceremonies, the athletes were paraded through the casino and welcomed by the fans coming into the arena. We've had showgirls walking the teams onto the ice, entertainment. It's been all the glitz and the glamour that you've come to expect from this fascinating city. Lee Keebok having a nice game this morning, 95% for the match, above his tournament average. His twin brother competed at the Pyeongchang Winter Olympics as well as half of the Team Korea mixed doubles team. Stone sliding to the back of the rings for Lee Keebok. Koji Sato, 90% for the game. It's his first action of the tournament. He was the alternate player in yesterday's game. This is Japan's second game of the tournament.
Yeah, both centre guards fairly close together. Not what Japan were looking for, but they are lined up.
Very difficult to double clear. Risk of a jam in the backstone as well because of the way that they're lined up.
Good line.
Nice get room. Outside. Midori. Nice get room.
웨이트만.
라인 넉넉해요.
라인 타이트해. 웨이트만. Good. No.
And keep the stone in front of that T line that goes left to right, the black line through the middle of the rings. They do that. Play line 2. So this end has Ryotaro Shikuya. Throws his stone, 80% for the game. This end is kind of like a game of chicken, Kenny. Korea's got last rock. Japan has center guards. Korea's behind the center guards. Which team is going to blink first?
Yeah, remember it's Japan that are chasing the game though, so it's really important that they play every stone perfectly.
Like that.
Yeah, it's a great freeze.
Very nice shot. Kim Min Chen, 75% of the tournament end this game. Being asked to deal with those front stones. Oh, that's a very nice shot. Moves both of the guards off the center line, and he doesn't disturb anything in the rings.
Yeah, leaves a corner guard as well.
Yeah.
It is Korea that has last stone, so that 4-foot area open, they have a corner guard in play. That's exactly what they want.
Ryutaro Shikuya. This Japanese team, a nice blend of youth and experience. Go Aoki, 18 years of age. Ryo Shikuya, 22. Saka Ui and Koji Misato in their 30s. You often see that in curling teams, Kenny. Blend of youth, let the young ones go coast to coast with the brushes and sweep hard. The older guys encourage them.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a sport that doesn't really matter what age you're at. As long as you're relatively fit, you're still fairly competitive.
Nice shot there by Kim Min Chen, clearing that guard. It's the advent of the Olympics in curling. Curling coming back into the sport as a full medal sport in 1998 really changed everything in terms of levels of preparation, and the bar just keeps getting raised, fitness becoming more and more and more a factor. Saka Ui, 73%.
待てるよ。クリーンだけ2冊3クリーンなら。最後でスクラッチから。よし、スクラッチ。おい。ゴーゴーゴーゴーゴーゴーゴーゴーゴーゴーゴーゴーゴーゴーゴーゴー。入り線だけ。ゴーゴーゴーゴーゴーゴー。
Covers half of the stone in the rings. Let's look in at China, Russia. China holding a 2-1 lead. Red stones belong to Russia. Alexei Timofeyev. Chance to score 3. Tough shot though. He's going to have to navigate a pile of rocks to get another one in there. Flicks on the outside stone, so it's only a 2 for Russia, but that moves them into the lead 3-2 after 5.
Japan not in too bad a spot with that red stone locked in on top of the yellow.
It's really welded on, isn't it? Once again, a patience game. You've mentioned that, Kenny Edwards, a few times in this match. Really easy for Japan to just hit their own stone, knock the Korean stone out, but not yet. And Kenny, the reason that the Japanese wouldn't want to make a play on those stones in the rings yet?
I believe that they're going to leave two reds close together and there would be an opportunity to play the double. So they'll just wait, run through a few more stones.
Young Se Hyun, 70% for the game, but capable of the big shot at any time, throwing a lot of weight here, clearing the center guard. Pounds it out of play. Good percentage curling by Team Korea. It's sensible when you're enjoying a 2-point lead.
잘 던졌어. 잘 던져서 안 돼.
サムかな。
後ろ潰すと
潰してもって感じ。
まあね。
最悪
Down
後ろ
to fourth stones now.
1
Debate
点
is
取らせんなら
we make the
ま
move now?
あこうでもありだけど1点取らせんならね
ガード置いても相手なんか入れてきそうに。
ああもう一回
Run the risk of, if you don't make a play in it this time, Korea just throw a guard and you're pretty much stuck.
So you need to be patient, but sometimes you can wait too long. Your opponent changes gears and
伸びたら後ろまで行っちゃって
OK。OK。
your chance to use your own stone that you've been patiently waiting for goes away.
2点はまずいからとりあえず2を持ってるでしょ3は欲しいね
そうね。
とりあえず
OK。
なんぼ
3、9。9から4秒でもいい。8から9。
そんなに
うん。
じゃあ
成長する。
Oyoki, 18 years of age, first international tournament. Living the dream.
ちょっとタイトだわ。
ラインエースの
ラインエース。
ラインエース
ラインエース。上やってるよ。
ラインハリ
ラインエース。ラインエース。
ラインハリ
ラインエース。ラインエース。
オッケーハリ
Have they got this one past the top stones? Don't want to push that yellow off the back.
Welding, it's not bad though. Wedges it in there. What if that one curls another inch?
내 생각 그거야
Life gets really interesting for
탑이
Korea.
날아가서 더블 있어서.
내 생각은 이거야
네.
나쁘지 않아. 어차피 건드려 이거 건드려.
이 뒤로는 조금
네.
별로고
뒤로 한 페이지밖에 없으니까 애들.
Scoring one for Korea in this sixth end isn't a disaster, so probably make a play on that top red just played. Hit and roll across to the left-hand side would be the call. Lift the yellow off the back of the red.
기보 아이디어 스피드.
I know you'd probably leave Korea sitting two, but we've seen Korea play the high-risk strategy. I thought that's maybe the call they would have made.
The way those stones are angled, Kenny, Korea seems to think that because of the overlap, if they can tuck one behind it, really no way for Japan to get at it. Get the two that way, maybe three.
그거 좋았어 간 거.
네, 그거 좋을 것 같아요.
근데 느릴 수도 있고.
Potentially, though, if you slip a little deep, though, you leave a pocket for
Yeah,
Japan to come along and freeze on.
indeed. If you're going to go around those front stones, Kim Chang-min prepares to throw. You had better hide.
라인
여섯.
You had better not leave your
민찬아 민찬아 아니야 세
freeze opportunity to bail you out of the end.
라인도 많아 라인도 많아
기보가리.
기보가 그냥 앞에만
여기 하면 돼 여기.
여기
하면 돼 여기만.
빨간 데만 잡으면 돼 기보가 기다려
So
조금만 더
making it
조금만 더
very clear this cannot go behind the T line.
나이스. 굿. 나이스.
Well, Kenny, that's a pretty good spot.
사이 좋아.
Would have liked it to curl maybe a fraction more. Not sure that the inside double is there. I don't think you can see enough of it.
結構ギリだな。
Yeah, what you can't afford to do is come down and catch the top red, though.
90ぐらいに行ってギリじゃない。
You're right.
どんぐらいですか。
You'll be staring a three right in the face then.
8ぐらいでこう
ほんの
入れるか
ちょっと隙間空いてるくらいこれくらい
隙間はある。
A really nice shot by Kim Chang-min.
8ぐらいでこう入れたら少しタップして
いけてバックラインだと思うな。
How do you avoid giving up two now if you're Japan?
8だとさ。
Go
ハ
Aoki
ックなら曲
looking
が
at
最
it.
後曲がってくるまあいいか
あれだって
ロールしきんないか
5番4番
You
ぐらい
can blast the front red stones all day and remove one of the Korean rocks, but that will leave Kim Chang-min a draw for two.
OK
Make a play on the stone
まあ
that he
削
just
ってもいいで
delivered.
しょそれは
You run the risk of feathering the top red, and as Kenny said, maybe dropping three.
まあ点削りかな
You follow it
とり
down,
あえず削るだけ
あ、そうだね。
バッ
can
ク
you
ライン
get
で
enough curl to get
OK
on the inside of the Korean stone and get to the button?
37か36ぐらい。
You might be able to throw it hard enough to push the Korean stone into the back of the forefoot into fourth shot position and make it a tough two, but no appealing options at all for Japan.
Well, looking at that angle, you can just see the inside. So if you get very cute with a top red at back 4 weight, you could potentially hide the inside.
If you could ever duck a corner inside, it would be a sensational shot.
This one very close.
Oh, he just feathered the top, and it is going to be a draw for 3 for Korea. That was the danger. So close. Aoki almost getting it by, but they just feathered the stone in the top of the 8-foot. The gamble again paying off for Korea. Now it's a chance for a draw for 3. So close. Masaki Iwai can only watch. Hammer is in the hands of Kim Chang-min. 2 yellow stones belong to Korea. If they can get another one half into that red 4-foot circle, it'll be a score of 3.
웨이트 완벽해. 오, 빠르다.
This is really Kenny, the same shot that he just threw.
라인도 진짜 좋아. 라인도 진짜 좋아.
니를 박을 수 오케이. 약간만.
It's got lots of weight. Is it going to stop?
Just done enough, I believe.
Just wait for the confirmation. 2 for sure. They're kicking it off. They agree. It is a score of 3 for Korea. Wow. Gambling paying off yet again for Kim Chang-min, and Korea now moves out to a commanding 7-2 lead after 6.
ね、だいぶそう、だいぶ温度が上がってるよね、曲が。それで滑る。
Live curling action here at the 361 World Men's Curling Championships, Las Vegas, Nevada. Feature game, Korea versus Japan. And Korea now with a commanding 7-2 lead. Hans Frauenlob here with Kenny Edwards. And Kenny, both of the times that Korea's had the hammer, the 4th end and the 6th end, really aggressive strategy, pressing to try and generate multiple points, and they weren't thinking 2. Both times they were thinking 3, and both times they converted.
Yeah, absolutely, but they were waiting for a slight mistake from Japan. Against the lesser teams or the less experienced teams, you may get that mistake, but when you face like Sweden and maybe Team Canada, you're not going to get them mistakes, and you could be punished and forced to take your single.
Go Aoki with his final stone in the previous end. Just feathering a front stone by a fraction, giving Korea the chance to score their 3. Corner guard there by Team Japan, quite wide. You're right, Kenny. You know, it's the nature of this Korean team. They very happy to wear that risk. Sometimes you get punished, and against the better teams, the probability that they'll get punished for taking risks goes up. But that's the way they play the game.
아니야. 해봐. 야,
It's great for us because it's always entertaining. There's always lots of rocks in play, and it's like walking a tightrope sometimes.
Yeah, Japan really now got to go all out and gamble themselves.
ちょっと滑ってんな。3-4。
3だな、3。あんまり伸ばしたくない。
Can't afford to only score a single
曲げたくはないよ。
in this 7th end. Need to get a multiple score on the board if this one's going to go on much longer.
We haven't had any Elvis sightings yet here in the Orleans Arena, but Japan, if they don't get a couple here, they could be all shook up.
Yeah. We have seen Elvis. He was here at the opening ceremony, though.
Okay.
세환아 갖고 와야 된다 이거.
Corner guard remains. Let's look in at Germany, Norway. Norway with a 7-1 lead. Yellowstone belonging to Germany. It's in shot rock position, so this is a potential 2 for Alex Baumann.
Yeah, somewhat struggling against Team Norway this morning.
Norway represented this year by Stefan Wallstad's team. A very good Norwegian team. We're used to seeing Thomas Olsrud's team from Norway. This stone of Baumann is going to slide deep, and it's only a single point for Germany. Closing it up in Norway with a commanding 7-2 lead in that one.
Nice catch.
Okay, so we've had Elvis sightings. We've had showgirls. We've had Easter bunnies. It's only the second day of the tournament.
Yeah, what next?
Kim Min Chan. Clears the corner. Let's look in at Russia versus China. Red stones belong to Russia. Tough shot here for China. Shodeja.
Play. Hold. Play. Shot play. Hold. Hold it. Hold. Hold. Play. Play easy.
Well, very nicely played. China scores a single point. That one is tied at 3 after 6. Japan with the last rock here.
タイム一緒だったけど、さっきよりも
セカンドで変えるのはちょっと。
But they're really up against it. Yellowstones belong to Korea. Seong Se-hyun.
Hasn't had his best game this morning, but done enough.
I called him the energy player on this Korean team, and let's look at all the scores across the action here in this morning draw. Russia, China tied up at 3. Norway with a 7-2 lead over Germany. Korea leading Japan in our feature game 7-2, and the USA with a 4-3 lead over the Netherlands. Yeah, for Seong, it's always exciting when he gets in the hack. You never know quite what's going to happen, but it's usually spectacular, good or bad. So one Korean stone just in the back of the button. Japan trying to do what they can to generate a pair here. A couple of corner guards, but electing not to use them in this situation. Is it a situation, Kenny, where you might think about ducking one around the corner and hoping that you get a miss?
Yeah, there's two ways of looking at this. Maybe trying to just bump the high one back tee and then go around the corner.
Trying to get really close to that Korean rock, but it's going to fractionally over curl, leaving a gap, so it's playable for Korea. Got a foot between the stones. Wants to hit it just brush side. Doesn't want to disturb his own stones in the forefoot.
I expect this one just a clean pick, just to take the red away and roll the shooter. Don't want to roll in behind the corner guard and leave some backing.
That's exactly what Seong does. Nice shot. So the game going very much to plan for Team Korea. Can they close it out? Came into this game fresh off a win yesterday over the Netherlands. If they can run this one out for the win, that would put them to 2-0. 12-game round robin, so we're a long way from done, but you'd much rather start 2-0 than 0-2.
Yeah, for sure. I fully expect to see Korea featuring in the playoff stages. They've got the quality. Had that experience at the Olympic Games and really did take it to most of the nations out there.
Yeah, they competed very well in Pyeongchang. Single point there for Stefan Wallstedt, and that will be enough for Alex Baumann. Germany concedes defeat. It is an 8-2 final. Norway, impressive this morning. Magnus Nedregotten, bronze medalist in mixed doubles at the Pyeongchang Olympics, a member of that Norwegian team. Japanese center stone. Kim Chang-min taking a look at it now and saying, well, we could clear the center, but boy, they're set up pretty good. Maybe we just leave it there.
Yeah, sometimes you can do yourself a little bit more damage when you try and run for home.
Maybe a situation here, like if we can just tuck another one around their front button, steal a point here, that might be enough to clinch the game. Throughout this match, Kim Chang-min is not afraid to take a little bit of risk. So far this morning has been paying off big time. Can it happen one more time? Want to get it by that Japanese stone. Just nudge it. But they do block the path to the button. Pretty good shot. And it just creeps onto the rings as well, Kenny. Nice result.
Yeah, nice result. Just catching that red actually done him a favour. Just pushed the red over enough to protect the double really on the wide stones on the right hand side. Can't get the inside now.
So a 2-for-1 deal there for Korea. Masaki Iwai looking at the options. And could tap their own stone straight back, but oh boy, they'd have to navigate a lot of Korean stones to get to the button area. We've seen Go Aoki do it. He made a 15-foot angle tap last night against the USA to force an extra end. For Team Japan, say backline wait.
Yeah, that's all they really have is to come down tight to the guard and move the two yellows out of the forefoot. Very difficult shot.
Go Aoki's been looking at tough situations all morning. Here's another one. Come quite close to their own front stone. They're well by it. Little gentle jam leaves Korea lying 2. Has his own stone there in the front to use perhaps on his last shot. So a couple of options for Japan now to potentially score.
Yeah, you may think you could just push that red through and roll underneath, but that's very, very risky and a little bit greedy, to be honest. So just throw another guard up right next to the 361, just next to the little degree sign there.
Take away just about everything.
ガードされたらルールしたら、まあ、こっちからこうしかない
Really the mission for Team Korea in this end. Happy to let Japan score 1. No more than 1. Kim Chang-min going through his pre-shot routine.
Yeah, nothing fancy from Kim Chang-min. Just playing the basic shot of throwing a guard up in front of the red. Don't want to be too close though and make it easy for Japan to drive it up.
거의 빨간색 조금 앞이야.
It's a good tightish guard.
If you're being critical, maybe a foot too far, but that's a real good shot.
Yep. Takes away the path to the Japanese stone completely. So if Japan does want to use the stone that Go Aoki just threw, it will be a double raise. And you can see from the brush, looks to me, Kenny, like he's just going to try to draw through that little port on the left-hand side of our screen and try to get enough of the button to score a single point. Tough shot. Right through the number 3 on the right-hand side as we saw it in the overhead. Go Aoki. Last stone facing 2, trying to draw a piece of the button around a guard. Tough, tough shot. Nasato Chukuya on the brushing. I think it's light, Kenny. It is. It's over curling. Hits the center guard. It is a steal of 2, and Japan is conceding defeat. Korea, after stealing 2 points, are the winners this morning by a final score of 9-2. Convincing and commanding victory for Team Korea. Seong Se-hyun acknowledging the support. Let's pick up play. Russia versus China. Extended coverage for you on an Easter Sunday morning here in Las Vegas. Russia holding the hammer here in the 8th end. China's playing the yellow stones and Russia's playing the red stones.
Колодка! Воу, легче, легче. Колодка! Свип! Хороший вес! Воу, воу, поднять! Колод! Я? Поднять, поднять.
Getting Klimov.
Свип! Свип!
Oh, a very nice shot by Klimov. Pushing the Chinese stone out of the rings. Xu Xingtao. Moves the Russian stone. No inside roll. Alexei Timofeyev. Skip for Russia, holding the target for Artur Razabov. Quite a close game. It's been a tight contest all the way through. China stealing a point in the 7th end to give them a 1-point lead. Russia with the hammer here in the even end, so anybody's game. Xu Xingtao. Perfect on his draws, a little bit wayward on his takeouts. And takeout here. Hits and sticks. Stone creeping higher and higher in the house, and a nice chance for Russia to get around behind one of those guards. They've got the hammer, but they're going to make a play on the Chinese stone and try to roll their way behind cover. Or to Razabov. Conversely, he's been struggling a bit on his draws, but much better on his hits. So it is the hit here for Razabov. They are going to get that inside roll, and they are going to get cover. Very nice shot there by Artur Razabov. And Russia now lying one behind cover. Great shot. So it's just the run back now for China. Xiao Qiang. Hit this one right on the nose and drive it straight back. A little bit full on the release. A little inside out. Is it going to curl enough? Catches it thin. This is the run back. He knew the minute he let it go, that was a little bit full. Never came back. So good chance now for Timofeyev to set up a potential deuce. Interesting game. Couple of options here for Russia. Their own stone just off the front of the rings.
Загар, они ролл смогут сыграть?
It's tappable.
Да, если мы сюда привезем, они могут ролл сыграть. Только еще с даблом.
Could split those stones. That's another option.
Если здесь будет камень.
Yeah, I think with
Нет, а если
splitting the
просто
stones,
на
you
край на эту?
just about guarantee
Как тебе
yourself
нравится? Мне без разницы.
scoring
Хочешь
2.
сюда? Только давай быстрее, Серег, у нас время идет. Куда тебе нравится больше?
High
Мне
enough
нравится
in the
направо.
circles that if they do try a split,
Сколько там красный стоит?
chances are they would
6
both be
6.
at or around the T line as well.
На уровень с ним.
Sergei Glukov.
Десять за делаем. Линия норма.
That's the
Личная
discussion.
линия, главный вес.
Basically just a straight draw to the wings.
Ниже, ниже можно. Внимательно. На край.
Glukov.
Сип.
Sochi. The rest of his teammates are from St. Petersburg.
Так слабо поехал, я думал, что это вообще будет Гар 26.
1/3有大包，
大力，
我感觉你这块可以先分打甩打流。
Hit and roll an option here for China, or if they catch it, then possibly a double takeout while they're
甩飞
deciding.
了，他再往那边
Let's
扯
take a look
太远
at
了。
USA Netherlands.
正常，
US line 2.
正常打到哪儿？
1/3。
Calling a shot here for Jaap van Dorp of the Netherlands. Characteristic orange uniforms. You always know when the Dutch are around, Kenny.
Ga nu curlen.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep, girls. Make sure both here.
Always there or thereabouts of making the playoffs, and I think the
Both here.
6 teams qualifying for the playoffs will certainly benefit the Netherlands.
Hangs on. Just used all of that 4-foot circle. It's a single point for the Netherlands. And they tie that one up. It's 4-4 after 8. That's going to come down to the final. And oh, in our match. Disaster for China. Tried the thin inside double, just thinned the Russian stone, pushing it
Если
behind the
точно
corner
уже
guard in the
полезут, у них
process.
-2, им надо будет рисковать.
Is that going to be a decisive moment in this game? China had just gotten a little bit of control, but Zhou Qiang,
Мне нравится подгард теперь лег. Если что, ошибка в тэп или разводку.
two misses in this end for Zhou.
Правда
Now,
останется.
what a fantastic chance for Russia to get maybe 3.
8 до, да? Ну да.
Yeah, that was a big mistake.
8.
I think I'd be tempted to play a split in this one.
You've got a great opportunity now. No real risk if you push your own stone
Линия
onto the
отличная,
rings.
делай
And
вес.
Вес, мужики, линия супер.
leave yourself lying 3.
Линия отличная,
Вот
делай
сюда,
вес. Парни, вот сюда. Полуоткрытый можно.
Glukov. Well by the guard. How deep is it going to go? You don't want to set up a double takeout either. Sliding to the back of the 8-foot circle. Behind cover, but
4 открытый, пускай
maybe
они
a
там
get out of
идут.
jail card here for China.
Подгард тоже нормально.
Yeah, if they could ever just come down and rest against that red played in that white 8-foot area, it really kills the end for Russia. That's why I feel they should have played the split with that one. They could have got potentially 4 out of it. It's hard not to leave a double throwing the draw.
We talked about the Elvis sightings. Bit of jailhouse rock. Can China get out of jail here? It's a must make. Russia has got the hammer here. Final. They've got last rock here in the 8th. Shotija wants to freeze the stone just thrown on Glukov.
别急啊，等等先。clean clean 8区 clean 头。hold 我给力量。我8九档。
No problem with the guard. This stone's got a lot of weight.
我
Doesn't want to bounce the Russian stone, but I think it's going to. Just nudges it. At least China's sitting shot, but still an opportunity here for Alexei Timofeyev. Can he get to the nose of it? You can certainly see it. He can make a play down to it. Can he push it
Да.
deep in the house and maybe
Разводка
keep his
тоже
2
надо
or 3
строить.
alive? Great opportunity here for Russia. There's a terrific look at it. Chinese stone just a corner hidden. So it'll be very difficult with any weight for Timofeyev to get to nose, which he needs to do if he wants to push it back to get a 2 or a 3.
Yeah, I think Timofeyev will play a sort of hack weight at this, even if they take it off the red. This one's got a high line at the moment. It's got a long way to move. It's beginning to move. Once it gets over the hog line, you'll see it really go aggressively. Here it goes.
Needing it to curl as much as they can. That's a great shot by Timofeyev. Russia lying 4. Fantastic shot. Delicate, delicate, delicate weight. Made it perfect. Had to wait for it a long time. And now, talked about the last stone being a must make. Shotija. This is the situation you face sometimes when you're throwing the final stones. Have to bail your team out of trouble, and boy, are they in trouble.
Yeah, that's what Skips gets paid the big money for. To bail the team out when you're in a lot of trouble. Needs this one right in on top of the red stone on the tee line.
The good news for Zhao. Similar weight shot that he just played. Slightly different path. Oh! Zhao falls down. Hit the guard on the way by. Didn't disturb the running rock. Russia's lying 1. What drama. Oh, goodness. Shotija. Watch on the replay, at the bottom of our screen, the third player, Xiao Qiang, comes forward to help join in the sweeping, loses his footing, falls, hits the guard. Stone was already safely past the guard. That is the non-offending team, Team Russia, have choices about what they could do. The running rock was not disturbed. And it was going to be safely by that guard in any case. So Timofeyev acknowledges that. And boy, could have been disaster for China if that fall would have hit the running rock, Kenny. And
absolutely, that was game over.
so after all that drama, Shotija reducing the risk, and now it's only a draw for 2 for Alexei Timofeyev. Great final stone by Shotija.
Контроль веса, линия отличная. Линия очень хорошая.
Needs a piece of the forefoot to cash in his deuce.
Хороший вес, хороший вес, хороший.
Oh, very nice.
Молодец.
2 points for Russia. After a bit of drama and entertainment in this end, it's Russia now back in the lead in this back and forth contest, leading at 5-4 after 8.
Когда я что-нибудь спрашиваю, разговариваю, Серега. Потому что если не знаешь, ну да, разговариваю. Я тоже в этот момент думаю, но разговариваю.
打到第11局是咱的后手。你要是这一局要是那个打不成的话，就是0-0跟0-0打的话，你第10局的话，要么你得2分，你得1分，先手那个加局是先手。
这局是能控制住，他肯定站位，在上面就挂，我就接着打。
咱先站位看一下，完他要是有可能上双站位。
这告诉你，赶趟，还有1分多钟。
对，就是这局决定于你，就是说打第11局是先手后手。
或者选一个完了，到时候什么开青先跟2分打，不是先跟0-0。
对，也行。
我站一个，站一个开青。
还是往
边区挂，边区挂就是他打定的。
对。
Extended coverage here at the 361 World Men's Curling Championship 2018. Live curling from Las Vegas, Nevada. Russia versus China. Russia picking up the deuce on the 8th end. Advantage Russia. Stone sliding just past the tee line. Evgeny Klimov. Xiao Shilin.
下线，我先躺。下线啊！在顶线卡给他粘上了，下线。
还行，还可以了，还可以了，可以了，可以了，稍微来一点就行。
Yeah, just looking for a corner guard with this one.
Comes off center now. Mafia saying, oh, that's near enough to the center line for me. I'll just come half around on the intern side and take that corner guard away from you. Evgeny Klimov.
Лучше, конечно, в начало отшибаться. Не, наедается, хороший вес. Артур, только Артур.
Ты. 8 до. Хороший вес.
Все, Вов, не надо глубже. Пускай играют ролл. Оружие.
Хороший.
Comes in there cold. Doesn't get cover behind that front stone. So chance here for China if they choose to make a double takeout and get a little bit of an inside roll behind that front stone. Xiao Shilin.
力量可以啊。
立，
闪现，
长线，攻，
长线小，
攻，
闪现小，
Oh, just made a little bit of a move there at the end that fooled them a little bit. I think they were primarily thinking about the roll rather than the double takeout. The roll's pretty good.
其实我这局不太想打，这局咱要拿不了两分，拿一
Fully behind cover.
Да? Ничего не теряем. Ошибка в первом.
Yeah, Russia have probably got to force in this 9th end. They'd look to go down 10 with the hammer. Always looking over your shoulder if you're one ahead without.
Свист! Свист! Воу!
Artem Zabov.
Поднять! Хорош!
Here's the front stone. Zhou just tapping his foot. That's a weight indication to his teammate. Most teams, when it's tapping the foot, that's hack weight. Throwing the stone just hard enough to reach the hacks or the starting blocks at the far end. Hu Jintao.
看板11，好，看板，
It's more than hack weight. Just overthrew it, I think, Kenny. And he leaves the Russian stone biting the back of the 12-foot as well.
Yeah, just a little bit too heavy.
And that brings the force right onto the table. Russia, as Kenny said, would love to make China score 1 point, but only 1 point. Great way to do that. Have two of your own stones in the rings. Zabov trying to do exactly that. Noses it. Russia lies too.
Походу, да? Надо нам закончить хотя бы 3 минуты, да?
Zhou Deja holding the target.
2分打俩来
Bit
吧
of，discussion
要
now.
不然拿1分就完了。
Changing their shot choice. Would be big weight double takeout as opposed to the quieter weight that I think Zhao originally wanted to play. Here comes the heat. Kills one. Blows it past the stone in the back.
Yeah, a lot of separation between these stones now. It's making it a little bit more difficult for China to make a double.
До конца.
Sergei Glukov.
Свип держать. Давай, 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 будет хорошо. Давай,
Jumped
давай,
to
давай,
sweeping
давай.
very early. Not a lot of panic though.
Yep, that's all right, Mama.
Показалось, да, наверное? Я не почувствовал.
Can Xiao Qiang turn things around? He had a shocker in the 8th and missed 2 shots, fell over, trying to sweep a stone, nearly burned a rock.
Whoa, whoa. Yes, yes, yes.
Well, that'll get you back in the good books in a hurry. Double takeout. Great shot.
一半儿1点点。
Never in doubt. Great shot. Get another look on our replay. Hits 3/4, perfect angle. Picks the Russian stone off the back. And for Team China, trailing by 1 with the hammer, you'd really love to blank this last in the 9th and now carry the hammer 1 down into the 10th with last rock. Score a 2, win the game. China, one of the 3 Pacific Asia teams here at the World Men's this year, 2018. Japan, Korea, the other 2. A lot of growth and participation in curling in the Pacific Asia region. Knowing the longtime Pacific Asian nations of Australia, New Zealand, Chinese Taipei, Hong Kong, Kazakhstan, and Qatar. Pacific Asia Championships has grown from a small event to quite a large one. Alexei Timofeyev.
Свип до конца.
Again, just having to sweep this one to hold it straight. So I'll hit and check to the side of the 8-foot. Into the skip stones.
This end very much shaping up like a potential blank. That's certainly what China wants. Let's take a look at USA Netherlands. 4-4. Yellowstones belong to the Netherlands. They look to be certainly line 1, no doubt about that. Maybe line 2. Be a delicate final shot for Greg Persinger. Instead of electing the safer play of a draw for 1, taking a little bit of risk at a double takeout to try and score 2.
Yeah, certainly not the easiest shot. They maybe believe it's the easiest shot.
Risk reward again is the gamble.
They lost this one. Yep.
It is a steal of 1 to the Netherlands, and so the Netherlands now with a 5-4 lead over the USA. The USA will keep last rock into the 10th, and maybe gambling there. Kenny was thinking, okay, you drop 1, got the hammer in the 10th, take the risk for the 2. Didn't come off, but that one's going to go right down to the wire. As is our game that we're focused on now, Russia-China. one rock in the rings. And after that nice double takeout by Xiao Qiang, good chance now as Timofeyev looks on. For China to blank this and carry the hammer into the 10th end, one down. Xiao. Final stone of the 9th end, trying to blank. Wants to keep the hammer for the 10th.
Whoa. Oh, never.
Whoa, never. You don't like hearing that. That's why it's a miss. It is a steal for Russia. Wow. Full inside and unbelievably a steal out of nothing. Russia now with a 2-point lead, playing 10. 6-4 Russia after 9.
Ты заценил ролл, который я ловил туда?
Да. Ты заценил, что я сказал, что помахать?
А Ванга подсказал.
Они все делают так, у них камни до этого прямо ходят. Хорошо, предсказуемо. Он чуть-чуть, просто резко.
Ладно, мужики, давайте додавим, получается. Хорошие 4 фута нам нужно.
Хорошие 4 фута и проброс. И потом пил. Вот и урод.
Если 4, нет, подожди, если плохие 4 фута, что, снимаем его? Если он за тилайном, допустим, или если он в начало дома совсем придет, то как гард получится. По сути, если потом мы не будем ошибаться и просто будем делать пил, мы максимум на минус 2 пойдем, правильно?
Да.
Поэтому оттуда, не помнишь, нам чуть не затолкали тогда под начало дома? Давай, да.
Live at the Orleans Arena, Las Vegas, Nevada. 26-1 World Men's Curling Championship 2018. Russia versus China. After that big final rock miss in the 9th end. All of a sudden, Russia holding a 6-4 lead. Playing the 10th end. And this Russian team, 3 of the 4 members represented Russia at last year's World Championships, where they went winless, lost their game yesterday. So fantastic chance for Russia to notch their first victory in 2 World Championships for Alexei Timofeyev.
正常，正常，力量，刷位置，正常。OK， 好球。
Russia played Canada yesterday. Played them really tough. A narrow 7-6 victory for Canada's Brad Gushue in that one. We listened in a little bit to Team Russia's in-between ends planning, and my Russian's not that great, but when I heard Alexei talking to his teammates, conversation was basically keep it tidy in the first 2 shots and then peel. Peel is a pretty universal term in any curling language. Xiao Shilin. Lead stone placement is absolutely critical for China. They have to score 2 to force an extra end.
Hard. 正常 hard.
2 corner guards are up for China.
Нормально.
free guard zone part of the end is over, so now, as Timofeyev said in the midpoint of the interchange between ends, it's peel time. To Razabov. Has to clear one of these guards. No chance of a double clear. One guard gone. Having that extra point, Kenny, in this situation changes everything for Russia. Big difference being 2 up than being 1 up.
For sure, if you're only 1 up, you're always looking over your shoulder. If you're 2 up, you've got a slight chance to just run for home. Give up 2, you're going down the extra with the last stone, so there's no real loss there.
Xu Xintao. Trying to replace the corner guard.
Okay.
Shooting by the Chinese front end players. Corner guards are being set, but at some point they're going to have to deal with that Russian stone on the front of the button. Razabov.
Свип! Свип! О! Легко! Легко! Поднять! Поднять! Отлично!
Nice job. 2 perfect clears. Artur's job is done. At least for the regulation part of this game. Scores are tied. We will go to an extra end. Xu Jintao.
可以下线扫，只是力量。
The interesting calculation in these situations for China, Kenny, is always when do you go? You're going to set 2 corner guards for as long as you can, but at some point you have to pull the trigger, and it's usually the second stone or the first stone.
Yeah, for me, it's never really too early. As long as you've got the confidence in your team to play the right shots at the right time, you get the stones in the right position, you can play out the end and pick up your 2, no problem.
Third perfect clear by the Russians.
All they're looking for is 1 nose and a guard. Or a hit and roll to the other side. And the chance of scoring 2, possibly 3 is there.
Well, this is the moment. China will now try to use that corner guard to go around it as opposed to setting another one. Setting another guard. They need 2. Xiaoqiang. No problem with the guard. Lots of room.
没下来啊，往后撒，hard， hard， 下线下线 ，hard hard。
They can bring this one all the way back and trying to get some cover behind the corner guard.
Okay.
Yeah, gets in behind. Should be just about fully buried. But Alexei Timofeyev just saying either or, but taking a look at that angle, it looks as if it's right in behind.
Yeah, a little extra bit of sweeping. China realizing they need to score 2 here, so no worries about going behind the tee line. As long as you get behind cover. And they have. So now, after throwing weight feels, it's a touch shot for Sergei Glukov. Oh, this one's really moving. Going to plan B, which is clearing the corner guard away and rolling it onto the rings.
Gets second prize by sitting second shot.
And that's a sensible play. They did talk about the options prior to the shot. One of the good options is absolutely to
喂，打甩
flip，the guard,
甩
move
型
away.
，double 可能有战吗？
喂，看一下
Now，it's a difficult
Try
angle
again.
as Mafia looks on. China probably going to have to spend 2 shots to deal with both of the Russian stones. The inside double is there, but it's really thin and a high risk of a jam. So I'm suspecting that Xiao Kang is just going to be asked to hit the front Russian stone and roll in front of the other Russian stone.
好，这里
clean clean，
hold，
hold
hold，
hold go hold
hold，
Trying to hold the line, looking for a little inside roll if they can get it. Just a fraction.
哎，力量有点小，力量小。
Yeah, again, I think Alexei Timofeyev will just look for this one in the nose.
Yeah, that'd be a great spot.
Double's really difficult then.
Yeah, China needs to score 2 to force the extra in.
Control.
Hard and swooping on this one, just to hold it straight. Don't want to roll to the other side. Oh, is it going to roll over the top of the yellow?
How far will this one go? Will it go to second shot? No, it just hangs on, just out counting the Chinese stone. Wow, what a break for Russia. That stone rolls another quarter rock, and it's real trouble for Russia, but that stone just hangs on.
Finds a real good spot, actually.
Absolutely. Now you have to shift gears mentally if you're Xiao Deijia. Now it's stones behind the
他俩近，而且这个是更近。
Do you freeze? Do you hit? Looks like he's looking at freeze. Stones behind the tee line, no problem there for China. You can get shot rock. Which one do you freeze to? 2 freezing the stone on the left-hand side of our picture. A bit surprised by this, Kenny. I'm wondering why he wouldn't be throwing to the stones on the right-hand side where there's maybe a little bit more chance of a jam, but either way you go, you got to make it really good. Xiao Deijia, 64% on his draws in this match. Needs a big one here. Has to get this one into shot position. China, remember, has to score 2 here.
Line looks okay at the moment.
How far can they drag it? They want to get all the way back, and they need to keep it into shot position. That is a nice stone.
Absolute pistol by the skip.
Fractionally over curls. They would have loved it to be flush on the nose, but that's a great shot.
Still applying lots of pressure because there's still a chance of making 2.
Absolutely. So Xiao Deijia bailed his team out earlier when he was facing 4 against the hammer. And what a great freeze there. China line 1. Wow.
Yeah, Alexei Timofeyev just electing to play the takeout, run the red onto the yellow, and say, okay, take your 2. We'll go down the extra, but I've got last stone. %, on his hits. Being really accurate.
Hard to improve from there. Niet is the call. Has he got any contact at all? Perfection is gone. That one goes right by. Can China squeeze that stone into a spot and maybe score 3? They're not looking at it. seem happy enough to think about the extra end, but no, the Russian stone on the right-hand side of the picture will be out counting it. So no chance for a 3. You get a great look at it. 2 stones just biting the 8-foot. Red stone on the right would outcount the yellow stone on the left. So no chance for a 3, but a draw for 2 to send us to an extra end. It's half the 8-foot circle. After that great freeze on the previous shot, Zhou Deja carrying his team on his back.
Clean.
Yeah, I just need a full 8-foot with this out turn drop. Sweepers just keeping this one clean. They look relatively happy with it. No real panic yet.
Xu Hongxiao guiding this stone safely into the 8-foot and all the way to the pin. 2 points for China, and we are going to an extra end. After the bad miss in the 9th, Zhou Deja turns it around with 2 great shots in the 10th. A skips deuce, ties it up. Russia-China 6-6 after 10. We're going to an extra end.
Да, а что вы ничего не сказали-то? Мы что-то тупанули с этим, вы сказали, надо было фриз вести и все. Да.
Но контакт тоже, на самом деле. Ты делаешь контакт, допустим,
без контакта.
с перевалом.
Да, конечно, мы тупанули. Ну ладно, что, уже забыли, тупанули,
Ну да,
это
что, у нас
понятно.
разводка?
Да.
А если они не доброс?
Получается, просто тупанули и разница. И сделал бы, я не сделал, все равно минус 2 те же. Надо было вести фриз и все. Вообще с тобой 2 дауненка. Ладно, я напали, ты что, напали был?
Я?
Да.
Нет, я ничего. Я просто пошел бить, почему-то сразу подумал, что что будем бить.
Да.
One game remaining in action here in the morning draw Easter Sunday in Las Vegas, Nevada. Live curling from the 361 World Men's Curling Championship. We are in an extra end. China versus Russia. Russia with the last rock, and China lead stone placement critical. Nice long center guard there by China Kenny. These lead stones always interesting in an extra end.
Yeah, the lead position really has evolved over the last sort of 5 to 10 years. No longer is it just you throw the tight guards and sweep really hard. Now you're playing this, what they call the tick shot. Because we play the 4 rock with 3 guards on, you can't remove that yellow unless it's in the scoring area. So just trying to push it to the side and off the centre.
Klimov does nudge the guard off the center line and leaves his own stone sitting as a possible saver in the back of the blue 12-foot circle. Nice shot. China will now set a second guard, trying to maximize what they can get out of the free guard zone. China must steal the end. It's scoring against last rock to win the game. Xiao Shilin.
还行，2-3，稍微带着，稍微带着。 23。
Trying to get a lot of separation between the guards. So Sholeja asking for a tight guard here, tight to the rings, but not in the rings. Trying to get maximum separation between the two guards. Very nice shot.
Yeah, good separation between the guards, but the top yellow is fairly long, so I don't think it's going to cause them too many problems.
North again trying the tick shot. Move the Chinese stone off that line, but not out of play. Chinese sweepers taking it. If it goes out of play, it comes back. It's in the free guard zone. And it does. That stone's coming back. Let's look in at Netherlands, USA. Netherlands with a 5-4 lead. Netherlands line shot in the back of the forefoot. Greg Persinger.
Plenty.
Don't. We're close.
No, never on that call. Never. Easy.
Plenty out of hand. They think it's heavy.
Never on that call.
Yeah, we're in big trouble.
Uh-oh. Big trouble, says Colin Huffman.
Yeah, it's not anywhere.
Sweepers nowhere near it. And this stone is going to sail through the forefoot and into the back of the house, and it is a stolen point and a win for the Netherlands. Wow. 6-4 winners over the home team. Disappointment for Team USA, but a big victory for Jaap van Dorp and the Netherlands. That leaves one game remaining. The game that we're watching, extra end.
Okay.
Looking for a little bit of cover behind the center guard, maybe hiding a corner, but it is available for Artur Razabov to make a play.
Легче. Поднять. Колодка. Лайтборд. Поднять. Лайтборд. Ничего. Отличная линия.
Russia has the last rock advantage in the extra end. China has got guards set. Nice shot there. Just on the nose. Russia would love to be clearing guards, but play is now in the rings. Get a good look there at those two guard stones. China's banking on being able to get behind those to maybe steal the victory.
Yeah, good chance for China. Be interesting to see if that red stone out in the 12-foot comes into play later in the end.
Always like to have that saver there when you've got the last rock. Maybe fractionally over sweeping that one, Kenny. Just gets to nose. They hit that one really hard and early. Tiny corner hidden, so no chance for an inside roll. But Russia can absolutely remove that rock. Artur Razabov.
Тот же вес. Свип. Свип. Лайтборд. Свип до конца. Давай, 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 Женя.
Давай, давай, давай. That means sweep it really hard. Gotta get by that guard, but no. Yes, they do. They get past it and an inside roll. My goodness. I thought there might have been a spark when he went by that guard. I was sure he was clipping it. Watch how close they come to this guard, Kenny. Look at that. No, just past it. Wow. And a cheeky inside roll. China will now go to the wide side, outside in, try to draw their stone into the forefoot. Zhao Qiang. Wide path, Kenny. New path for them.
Yeah, but a good chance to get one right around, whipped onto the button. If they could get this one back of the forefoot, it'd be really difficult to get to.
Trying to drag it as far as they can. They'd love to get shot. And I think they have just, would have loved it another 3 feet forward from there, had perfect line. Great sweeping by the whole Chinese team. See a little puff there from Xu Jingtao. He worked really hard. Now finally, a chance to clear a guard. Sergei Glukov makes the clear, opens up a little more space for Russia. Gives China a little less protection. Interesting decision now for Xiao Xia. Just draw around the stones in the rings. Do you tap? Do you set another guard? Timeout being called. Each team has another timeout to use in the extra end.
你打甩你也没那个劲，我感觉没啥意义。
对，但是我怕那个，咱可以稍微传一个。哎，过去，他得过来。
Chinese coach Marcel Rock making his way down onto ice level to consult with his team.
那会儿不，我还有俩球呢。
啊，对。
一个进。 我不想逆水。
Yellow Rock belongs to China.
对，顺。
3.
I know, but you have 2 shots. So right now, this one is almost stable. Okay. So he can bump red, but you can come around bump yellow, right? You need to protect one of the guards. Okay.
我感觉行，因为还有3个球。
Protect one of the guards. Then you're first. You do something in the guard.
简单一个，因为还有仨球。对，等到我了，我再投进一个赢。
And you can protect a little bit of the red. A little bit of the red. It doesn't have to be square here. You can be a little bit that way.
对。就别让他露着那个角，又顾他飞薄，把咱黄的给挤过去。
Okay. Probably gonna peel next. Then you come around tap or you come around this way.
Yeah. OK.
Protect.
逆势。逆势。
Translator involved there, Kenny. A lot of information being exchanged there.
Yeah, Marcel Rock, I believe, calling another guard.
So you throw the guard. You know he's going to peel. If he peels, we've still got stones to draw around ourselves. Xiaoqian.
3区啊，
别着急，线有点大。
等线，不行，不行，
下线来。下线，
力量哪样？
好，下线好。
我来吧，志林，一会儿你还得。
志林擦球道。
Need to make this one swing a little bit towards the center line. That's why they're sweeping it.
Maximum curl, straddling the center line. Big sweep there. Xiaoqian comes up to join in the sweeping himself. Dragging it all the way to straddle the center line. Good sweeping there. So that's what the coach asked for. Xiao catching his breath. Glukov.
Has he made the double on the yellows? He has. That was the risk of playing the centre guard.
Oh my goodness, what a beautiful shot. 2-for-1 deal. Clearing the center guard, but also removing the Chinese shot rock, leaving themselves lying 2. What a beauty. Still an opportunity here for China, however. There is a center guard, long center guard still in front. There's a good look at it.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen China come around them stones, top of the the forefoot.
Down to fourth stones now.
Clean. 这边停带就行。
Xiaodixia. China must steal the point to win the game.
这边小龙 OK， 带一点，带一点，这边。小龙 OK， 小龙
Last rock here in the extra end.
停带，停带就行。头，换头。Forward， 力量。哦。Clean， forward。
Once again, Xiaodixia. Great shot. Back of the button. Behind cover. And a healthy gap between the Russian stone and the front 8 foot. It's a makeable run back, but there's a bit of a gap there. It's not easy. And Alexei Timofeyev, that elusive World Championship win in his grasp, but China really making them work for it. Big shot here, Kenny.
Absolutely. Looking to run that red right back onto the yellow and make it stick. The real call is to drive the red, the quarter stone back onto yellow, and the shooting stone to spin away to the right to open things right up. This was cutting really hard. Have they held it?
No, it's over curling. It's going to go past the Chinese stone, rolling into second shot position. But now China, chance to protect their potential steal and winning point. Timofeyev, disappointment. Russia's got last rock, and now China. How do you make it really difficult for Russia to score? They've used their timeout, so to make this decision on their own. Timofeyev wondering about what might have been. He knows now it's likely going to be a draw to the button to win the game. Xiaodixia, he got one more amazing draw left in his bag of tricks. I'd like this to come to rest in the front of that red 4-foot circle. Just visualizing the path of the rock that he'd like to throw down. 75% on his draws, but no draw bigger than this one. We've got a split time on it. Start the clock at the near hog line. Stop it at the far hog line. Looking at about 14.2 seconds to the tee line. Sweepers are really working this one, though. They think it's light.
Don't want to oversweep this one.
True, 14.5. It's got the weight. Now it's about the line.
Overswept this one quite considerably.
Wind up freezing their stone. Making the shot maybe a little bit easier, but by no means easy for Timofeyev. Xiao King pretty happy with it. So there's no chance for Russia to just peel the Chinese stone out to win the game. It's got to be the draw. Alexei Timofeyev has to draw that white button to win the game.
Yes, does have backing though. That's the only benefit.
Yeah, that stone sliding a little deeper.
Just a foot and a half, maybe too far.
So it comes down to this.
Вес. Линия норма. Контроль веса. Линия хорошая.
Time on this stone as well.
Линия отличная.
Line looks good.
Линия отличная.
Weight looks also good.
Looking for 14.5 at the split.
Давай, давай,
14.1. It's got the weight.
Контроль.
This is good. Has he made it? Is it going to sit down?
Yes, it does. It is victory for Russia. Alexei Timofeyev drawing the button in the extra end to win the game. Wow. Finally, a win at the World Championships for Alexei Timofeyev. Russia 7-6 winners over China. Fifth end. Last stone for Japan's Go Aoki. Makes a nice pick. Jams, but sticks around. It's a single point for Japan. 4-2. Korea with the lead. The sixth. After some real gambling decisions strategically. Chance for a big payoff for Kim Chang-min. Comes to rest, and it is 3 points for Korea, giving them a commanding 7-2 lead. In the seventh. Incredibly difficult shot. Go Aoki having to draw around guards and get a piece of the button to score. Sweeper's working it hard, but it is going to come up light and over curl. It is a steal of 2 points for Korea, and that will do it. Japan conceding defeat. Korea convincing 9-2 winners over Japan. Wrapping up our session 3 matches. Russia 7-6 winners in an extra end over China. Norway 8-2 over Germany. Korea 9-2 winners over Japan, and the Netherlands with a 6-4 victory over the USA. And this is what it means for the standings. Korea now on 2-0 at the top of the standings alongside Norway and Sweden. Scotland 1-0. Canada 1-1 along with China, the Netherlands, Russia, and the USA. Italy 0-1, Germany, Japan, and Switzerland are at 0-2. Here from Las Vegas at the Orleans Arena.
Kim, a second win here at the World Championships. How do you feel?
Feels so great because this is my first time for World Championships. Yes.
So how are you enjoying the Vegas experience?
So far so good because I never been to here. Las Vegas is great city, and we enjoy this time, and also we enjoy the ice on the ice. Yes.
Thank you, Kim, and good luck.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So that will do it on an Easter Sunday morning here from Las Vegas at the 3-6-1 World Men's Curling Championship. On behalf of Kenny Edwards and our entire production team, thank you for joining us. So long from Las Vegas.
뭐 했는데 이거 했나?